Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nuke Syndrome back at y'all with another motherfucking story time, baby. Let's fucking go. So this story right here, this is a pretty goddamn good story. This is a fucking certified banger. So make sure y'all drop a comment below, leave a like and a sub, you know what I'm saying? Your boy's gonna be pumping out content. I'm gonna try to upload, I don't know, three or four videos a week, somewhere around there, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to be and stay on that grind. We've got a couple new fans out here. They showing love. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all. But hey, let's get right into this story. So this story is about the time that I did cocaine at an elementary school playground. So basically, this story had started. It was me, my homie Caleb, and my homie Gabe. Fairly common people in some of my stories. Now, or at least they're gonna be fairly common, and especially some future stories. And so basically, this day just started out. We had planned this. We had planned this day. I don't know, a day or two before or something like that. So the day comes, and I text Gabe. I'm like, "Yo, you trying to go stop by the plug's house, and grab, I don't know, maybe a gram. I don't remember. It was we either got a gram or a 1.5. I can't remember which amount it was. This was probably like a year and a half ago, maybe. Eh, Somewhere around maybe like a year and a half ago. We'll go. That's what we'll go with. So Gabe was like, "Yeah, for sure. Let's go do it. I think this wasn't Gabe's first time. I think it was his second time doing coke. It was probably like my fourth or fifth time or something like that at this point. And then I also hit up Caleb. Caleb didn't end up doing any this day, because he's actually has a somewhat of a brain. So Caleb didn't do any this day. I don't blame him. I wouldn't advise anyone to do coke. I was definitely not a definitely wouldn't recommend it. So I link up. I go scoop Gabe. I go scoop Caleb. They don't have cars at this point, but they do now. But at this point they didn't. So I scoop both of them, and we're on the way to the plug's house. Now I text plug. I'm like, "Yo, can I come through? Can I cop like?" I can't remember if it was a gram or a 1.5. I think it was a gram though. I think it was a gram. So I said, "Yo, can I come cop a gram of blow?" He was like, "Yeah, for sure. $80 come through." So I was like, "Bet." So one of the way to the plug's house, we're hyped, and every time I went to go get coke, I just got this feeling in me where I was like, "Damn, I'm really about to get some fucking coke right now." Like it's kind of fucking crazy, Like we're out here doing fucking coke. It's kind of like, damn, It was just like I don't know how to describe it. It was just a really weird feeling. Especially the closer I got to the dude's house. His guy was like, I don't know, 20-minute drive from us. So we're driving. We pull up to the plug's house. We go in. we're having a pretty good conversation for a while, and we look we look at him and we're like, I have this cart on me that's like well, it's a decent cart. Like it was not anything insane, but it was a pretty good cart. And I asked him, I was like, Yo, I heard you were into some good carts. You want to try this one out? It's almost empty, but you can give it a try. He was like, and the guy was like, yeah, for sure. Let me look at it. And he takes the cart and he tilts it upside down. Does it oil test, and then he hits it, and he starts dying. It was so fucking funny. And this plug, he's like straight redneck. He's a fucking redneck, dude. It was so fucking funny. And he's like, and he just starts fucking dying. He's like, oh yeah, that's some good shit. It's the funniest shit. Me, Caleb, and Gabe, we just start fucking dying. He weighs out our coke I think he weighed it on $100 bill. He weighed it out. He dumped it in the bag, gave it to us. I gave him the $80. We dapped him up. We said good looks, and we dipped out. So now is a time where we're trying to figure out where to go to do this coke. We have we don't really have a secure place to go do this coke. And I come up with the idea. I was like, hey, let's go to this fucking elementary school. And I'm not going to name this elementary school. We were like, hey, let's go to, blah, 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 elementary school, let's go to the playground. We were like, all right, that sounds cool. We can do that. So we pull up to the playground. We're like, there's people like playing baseball, like at the side, like in the field, and then there's the playground to the right of the baseball field. So we were kind of like sketch out a little bit, We were like, man, we gotta be sneaky about this. So we ended up doing we'd end up doing like a line or two in the car first. So, I get out my phone, I get out I think I was using my debit card. Yeah, I get out my debit card, and I pour this Coke out. And this Coke, it wasn't all like, pure. It wasn't all rock, but it wasn't like bad. It definitely was not bad Coke. And I think this guy had told me that he gets everything off the deep web, which really doesn't mean shit, But I mean, for around where we lived, we kind of lived in a bumfuck nowhere. So I mean, for this Coke quality was probably as good as we were gonna get it. So we were chopping up this Coke, and I remember I have like a decent little line, nothing too crazy. I roll up a dollar bill and I rail the fuck out of that line. And I don't know. The one thing I will tell you about this Coke, it doesn't stop your nose up really. It doesn't stop your nose up. It goes through pretty clean, and you get an insane drip taste. The drip taste just tastes like straight fucking just chemicals, man. It's just all chemical. Like it's fucking insane. And like your fucking mouth and your cheeks and your face, like everything goes like even if you were to do like two gums of it, right? If you were to do like 2 or 3 gums of it, your whole face, your teeth, everything would just be numb. So I mean, it wasn't bad Coke. So I railed this line, and I like about literally like 20 seconds after that, I wake the fuck up. I'm alert. I'm like, holy shit, like I can feel my heart. I'm just like, whew, this is. Like, I'm just ready to go. I'm feeling euphoric as shit. And then, I chopped Gabe up a line and I passed the phone to him. It was about the same size, give or take. And he rails it. Now, Gabe, he doesn't feel the Coke as much as I did because, I don't want to go into any backstory about all that. But, I mean, you could maybe put the pieces together on what I'm trying to say. But, and I'm not saying Gabe did coke all the fucking time. I'm not saying that at all because it was his like second time doing this, I think, But so we do our lines and we get out of the car, and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like $1,000,000 off that one line, and I'm just out of the car. I'm walking to the playground. My fucking face is starting to tingle and just go numb a little bit. And we get to the playground. We just start fucking around like fucking doing monkey bars and shit. Just regular fucking playground shit. And we were trying to find a spot to do some more coke, and we see this little spot where it's kind of like it's kind of hard to describe. It's like a little like it almost it's not a box, but it looks like a box because of just how the playground's laid out. And there's like separate ones, so we all decided to take a seat right there, and it's like right on the ground, and the headspace is pretty low. So we decided to go there. And I pull out my phone again, I dump some more coke out, and I'm chopping up another line. Now this line was actually a decent little bit fatter, and I remember I fucking rail these shit out of that line. I chop it up, I get my dollar out, I roll it up, and I rail the fuck out of that line. Now after that line, I started feeling fucking fantastic, and after that, I kind of couldn't stop doing it. So after that, I'm like, damn, I'm feeling I'm feeling absolutely incredible. And I pass the phone to Gabe, and I think Gabe does another line. Then Gabe kind of calls it there, not for the whole time, but he calls it there for a little while. So I'm like, all right then. And he hands all the stuff back to me, and I just start going to fucking chop rail town. I think I railed like around 2 more lines after that. And man, I didn't know what to do with myself. I remember I stood up, and I was like, holy shit, like I'm fucked up. Like I was sitting there like not shaking, but I was just like my fingers were tingling, like I was numb everywhere. It was a damn day, let me tell you what. And so like my nose starts running, right? Like my nose is absolutely running. And I keep like I'm trying to find something to blow my nose with, and I can't, and I'm just like fuck. And after like 15 minutes of my nose just straight running, and I'm geeked out of my fucking mind, guys. I'm absolutely fucking geeked. Like I don't know, like my whole face, my body, even at this point, my toes are fucking tingling. I'm just like, my God, like I was like, I feel like $1,000,000 goddamn dollars, like no one could stop me. I feel like God. Like I was like, I literally feel like God right now. Like no one could stop me, and I could do anything I fucking want. So I'm trying to find something to blow my nose on. I'm like, I can't find nothing. So fuck it, let's do more coke. So I sit back down and I chop up another line and I rail this line and I feel no drip or anything because of how much like my nose was running. So I just decide to just inhale all this snot. So I just, put one hand over one finger on the nostril and I just inhale as hard as I could. And like probably about 2 lines worth of coke were stuck in all that snot. And right as soon as I do that, like I just feel like I get the worst taste in my mouth ever. And after all that snot goes down, the coke, all that coke that was stuck in my nostril just smacks the piss out of me. I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm completely numb. I can barely speak a sentence correctly. Like my mouth is so fucking numb. I can't really talk right. I'm like talking like this because I just couldn't feel my mouth at all. And I'm like, all right, I've had enough coke for the meantime. Let's take a walk. So we walk around the whole school. It's a decent little walk. It's nothing crazy. We just walk around the whole playground and the whole school once or twice, I think. And we get done with that, and I decide I'm gonna do one more line, and then we can dip out of here. And at this point, it was probably like I don't really remember exactly what time it was. It was like evening-ish. It was pretty close to evening. So we get done with that. We take our walk, and I'm walking around here, dude. I feel like I'm just kind of floating a little bit. Like I'm just walking with like I feel like I'm not putting any effort into it at all. Like nothing's happening. I'm just walking and talking. Like it was a great fucking day, man. And I have a decent bit of just great Coke memories. Coke is not, I do not try Coke. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. Do not fucking try Coke. But I mean, if you do, like, just be careful. Be safe with it. Don't do anything stupid. Always test your substances. I was that guy that never tested my substances. Luckily, I haven't really gotten bit in the ass for that. But always test your shit, man, and always be responsible with it. Don't want anyone out here, getting fucking killed because of me. That wouldn't be good. But and I just remember I was just walking around and just feeling like life didn't even exist. Like I just felt like I was in my own realm. And Coke, it'll make some good fucking memories, man. Like Coke is a very memorable drug, right? Like you don't forget anything when you're on Coke. It's pretty. It's wild, honestly, but just still, do not fucking do it. It's not worth it. The things that have happened to people with cocaine, it's just not worth it. Um, but after that, we hop in my whip, and also I don't advise driving fucking coked out of your mind, but I did, because I'm a fucking dumbass. But anyways, we all know by this point I was a fucking idiot. So at this point, we're on the way to Gabe's house, and I actually ended up dropping Caleb off. Caleb and Gabe, they live like literally maybe a minute from each other, probably around exactly a minute from each other, so they're not far away from each other at all. So I dropped Caleb off, and me and Gabe, we go back to Gabe's house, and we're chilling in Gabe's cul-de-sac, and we're just kind of literally just sitting in my car, like just starting to come down. Like we're coming down pretty hard at this point, and for me, my body's really weird. So like I don't get like an insane like depression or like anything like that from coming down from any like really stimulative substance. Um, but I remember this time, like I definitely noticed like something wasn't right, but like I wasn't like absolutely just depressed and just like wanting to fucking kill myself like a lot of people would be. I just remember I just didn't really have the energy to really do anything or like we were gonna smoke some weed, but like we did like we were just so like just sitting there doing nothing. Like it was just boring. Like we didn't even feel like smoking bowls. Like we just wanted to sit there and just come down and fucking go home. So we just sit there for a while, and I think we took like maybe one or two hits off a bowl, and it just wasn't even fun. We were just like, fuck that shit. Let's just fucking sit here and think about what we did to ourselves. But we sit there for a while, we're just kind of talking, and I ended up going home. Now, keep in mind at this point, I still had a little bit of Coke left. Not much, but I had just a tad bit of Coke left. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to pour all this Coke on my phone and see how big I can make this line. And so I dumped this whole bag of Coke on the back of my phone, and I remember the line was as long as my phone. And I have a decently pretty big phone, and the Coke was as long as my phone, and it was probably like definitely not a quarter, maybe like a fifth or a sixth as wide as the phone. Like this line was huge. Like I couldn't even do all this line in one go. I had to take like 2 breaths in between this line. So I dumped it out, and I'm actually on Discord with Caleb and Gabe at this point. We called on Discord, and I'm like, guys, I got a little bit of Coke left. I'm gonna pour it out on his phone and see what happens. I remember I'm looking at this line. I was like, holy fuck, guys, this is a big ass fucking line. I was like, holy fucking shit. So I go in for it. I roll up my dollar bill and I just rail the fuck out of it. I rail like maybe a little over half of it first time, and I like have to, I have to like sniff it in and then take a breath and then go in for the second part. And my God, let me tell y'all, this line did it for me. After I snorted that line, man, everything just went numb once again. My fingers were tingling. Like I just got such an insane euphoria rush. And yeah, after that line, that was really it. I just vibed on Discord. I was geeked out of my goddamn mind. So yeah, that was a pretty good little cocaine day. We had quite the experience. Nothing too insane. Just a really funny doing cocaine on an elementary school playground. But hey, man, I really hope y'all enjoyed that banger of a story. You know what I'm saying? Drop a like, a comment, and a sub if y'all enjoyed. Let me know if y'all are fucking with this type of content down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply to all the comments that are dropped. But hey, man, thank you guys for watching, man. I love all of y'all for real. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay safe and dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.